Who goes support Galio? Alright, welcome back. We have a game 2 with Nocturnal Dragons versus KP Reapers. We have a couple picks, interesting picks this game. Since we've already done pick'ems, we have Lux, Renekton, Rek'Sai, Tristana, Janna for Nocturnal Dragons, and Galio, Warwick, Jinx, Nico, Karma for Reapers. We're not entirely sure where this Galio, Nico, Karma are going, since they're semi-flex picks. The Nico could go top or mid, Galio could top, mid, or support, and then the Karma can also be top, mid, or support. So we'll see where they want to put their champions, who's comfortable on them. But what are your initial thoughts for team compositions?
Off the bat, I like the idea that Nocturnal Dragons picked, where they at first seem very pick heavy with the Lux binding, the Renekton stun, Rek'Sai tunneling passives. We can see where they go. But at the Reaper side is very much team fight centered, and as we saw last game, the team fight comp obviously won. So based off last game, I'm gonna have to give the initial nod over to the Reaper side, but we'll see if this game pick comp can work to success as it is planned to work.
I think that's a fair assessment. Both sides are kind of playing the protect the hyper carry comp. Nocturnal Dragons is just doing it because they have Gnomeled, and Gnomeled is like the pillar of their team. He often is, the 1v9 ADC. But Reapers actually drafted a kind of protect the hyper carry comp. Galio's very good at peeling. Karma also very good at peeling, but more in the sense of that AoE shield and movement speed. Nico is a great disruption in fights with her ultimate and her root. And then Warwick has AoE fear, which is effective, but he can also dive in to try to lock down somebody. So I think a lot of Reaper's eggs are in the Jinx basket, but I think it's a very strong basket with how their team count works. They have a lot of AoE, crowd control, and damage to work with, getting run down by that Mantra shield from Karma.
And it looks like the Karma will be the support. So right off the bat, yeah, I'd like to. Obviously, we can't see now because we're still waiting for the loading screen to finish up. But I'd love to see if the Nico is going full AP, like I kind of semi expect her to do,
I hope
or if
so.
she's going. Yeah, because I'd love, like last game with the Vladimir going in and finding people. I'd love to see a Nico ult do the same thing. Just my personal preference.
I think it's also better for their team comp. Galio has actually pretty decent damage with some of the changes that Riot has done over the last year, but he's not so much that you'd want to be building like a dedicated MR item. Maybe you just get the Merc Treads and move on. But Nico can pump out a lot of damage with her kit.
Absolutely.
And annoying lane for Renekton to deal with.
Very much so, because Nico's stun, as most of us probably know by now since we played against her, is can go through the minions and enhances the root duration if it does go through. And yeah, so that lane for Renekton is definitely going to be a very much harassment lane by the Nico. So we'll see how well Jared the Bear can sustain through that.
Another exhaust from the supports. Karma, Lord Draken trying to use it most likely on the Rek'Sai or Renekton, but potentially on Gnomeled, since Tristan is a champion that quite often jumps into the fray, might be close enough for Lord Draken to pop the exhaust and cut out a lot of the damage that he would put out. Looking at junglers and lanes, who do you think has the better early game?
Early game. Ooh. I used to play a lot of Warwick back in the day. So I think Warwick's clear is actually quite good with his build sustain. So I think the early clear that Warwick provides will be able to help either the top or bot, that's where I expect him to go. get ahead early. So I think Reapers might have the better early game, but in a team fight scenario, I have to give the early game to um, Nocturnal Dragons, as their burst damage with Lux, with the Tristana Bomb, and the Rek'Sai knockup will definitely, I expect, 100 to 0 whatever target they pick out. So,
Do you think Rek'Sai beats Warwick?
oof.
Or let's say they meet up level 3 fighting over a crab.
It depends on which rune Warwick takes. If he takes Press the Attack, no. If he takes Conqueror, yes.
Okay. I think it matters on red buff. Red buff is going to matter a lot for these early fights, but very gankable lanes from both sides, really. Renekton has that point and click move on his W, can point and click stun off of an auto attack, Lux binding. And then on the other side, Nico root can last for a really long time if he lands it through a wave, and then Galio just taunt, knock up, can provide a lot of CC. I see bot lane being another kind of resident sleeper lane, very safe supports, and 2 hyper carries, so I don't expect a lot of pressure coming from either side. But I think both Quetzalcoatl and Magnus have a lot of chances to go top or mid to get some early ganks off. And they might want to just skill check each other in the jungle, since those are good skirmishing junglers. Spectator delay falling off now. I'll be hopping into game to look at some skins.
And let's hope now that this game, Mike, if he doesn't decide to take a little dump in the middle of the game and put me like 4 minutes behind. So, all right, skin to win. Ooh, these are some good skins.
Oh. Great Warwick splash art updated looks a lot better than it did before.
I fully agree with that. I also like the Winter Wonder Karma, but unfortunately, the side of
unfortunately, Nocturnal Dragons has some pretty pricey skins on their side.
absolutely,
Turnham Rek'Sai has a nice skin.
Very much so. I personally love that skin. Quick
Lux
point out.
border.
Yeah, I was gonna say the border Lux. That I have not. I've seen the Lux skin. Don't get me wrong.
Ooh.
I haven't seen the border with it though.
Aftershock Lux. How do you feel about that one?
It's spicy, especially with the barrier. She's she's definitely trying to make sure she doesn't die in lane to the Galio poke that most likely will be provided. In team fights, though, I think unless she's gonna build like a pseudo tank, i.e., like Rod of Ages and Archangel Staff, I don't think it's gonna be that useful. But we'll see eventually how it turns out. Quick note: Rek'Sai is taking Predator. So
instead of like Hail of Blades or Press the Attack.
Exactly.
Lots of interesting rune choices. You know, Dark Harvest on Nico, I don't think is standard. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that's the standard rune that you go with her.
You know what that tells me is it's relatively full AP Nico, so I'm quite happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like a standard 5 coming from Nocturnal Dragons, and a little bit slower standard 5 on the side of Reapers. Significantly slower. Yeah, that is. I'm not following the Aftershock Lux. I'm not liking it. Like, poking out Galio in lane is very difficult to do. I don't think Aftershock brings enough to the table to be worth it. Maybe just a Klepto. If you don't want to go like the Comet, just take Klepto and try to farm him.
Yeah, because Galio will relatively be in your face with his melee auto attack range, but yeah, I personally don't like the Aftershock idea unless, like I said, she builds pseudo tanky.
They don't need it though.
Right.
The damage falls off. Aside from like Nomad's Tristana, Rek'Sai and Renekton, like they're going to be high damage champions, but their ability to fight falls off quite heavily as the game progresses. They don't team fight the greatest, so I think having that, and she's the only source of AP in the Nocturnal Dragon side.
Very much so. I actually didn't quite notice that. So her.
I don't think
her
it's like catastrophic. I just think it's a subpar choice in my opinion.
Yeah, very much so. As you see here, it looks like Rek'Sai did go red side clear, and Warwick, on the other hand, went for his full blue side. Rek'Sai might look for a gank down bot lane, provided he gets level 3 off these Frog and or Raptor camps.
Resident Sleeper, Janna, Karma.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to happen. Well, I think that's a waste of time for him. If you look at items, Karma went with the Ancient Coin, so not forcing Lord Drake into to go in for trades or poke. Just letting himself exist in lane for money. So, good choice seeing what the lane is.
Very much so, because kind of like last game, as we saw with the Ezreal Piano, there wasn't very much action except towards the late game with the team fights. So,
still laying down a bunch of damage. That Mantra Q is a beast. Warwick looking up top lane.
Yeah, here we go. A gank up in top lane. Looks like Warwick is going to try to get the free off, but the Renekton Flash is able to sort of postpone that, but the Dark Harvest Proc will go over to the Nico. But that's all she wrote for that top lane gank.
Poked out a little bit. Not a lot coming out. Not a lot lost either. They're still equal on camps. Yeah, 4 camps on both sides. Krug's weighing a little bit more heavily, but it looks like there's going to be a fight over this crab in the mid lane.
Yeah, Rek'Sai is able to spot him out. So
top lane priority definitely goes to Reapers right now, so they might, yeah. Looks like Quetzalcoatl's just going to walk away.
Smart decision. Especially without having the Hail Blades to provide most of that burst damage. So
Lord Magnus wants to go right now. He's kind of got a little bit of a free right now. Maybe looking towards the other crab, which Quetzalcoatl has already started on. I don't think he should go for it once he sees that Nocturnal Dragon's bot lane is missing their way up.
Blue side did spot him out, so it looks like, ooh, he might have getting caught out here with the Rek'Sai flash into the knockup. The Ignite has been blocked as well. Lux might be able to pick up the kill here for the and does.
Yep. Alright. Yeah. Nocturnal Dragon's a little bit of a misplay by Magnus. Nocturnal Dragon's bot lane was missing.
Looking like here in the mid lane, the fight is going on as Tristana and Jinx are battling out. Looks like Tristana might be able to pick up the kill, and Jinx's heal has been dropped as well. Flashed by the Jinx. Looks like they are both going to get out though, as Rek'Sai and Galio has now joined the fight. Tether will land. Galio Q will also land, but now Lux is in the area as we have a very long extended fight here in the bot lane.
Good run by Galio, had the wave pushing in, so he didn't really lose anything off that. Lux respawns, lose a couple of creeps, but almost nothing came out of that play. Nomad almost got the kill on Cloisto, the Tristana damage early being significantly more, even though he has the Dorn shield, just because the press the attack and the bomb. Yep, lots of Resident Sleeper action going down bot lane.
Very much so.
First
and now it looks like... Yeah, it looks like Jinx after that back was only able to pick up boots. So I think Tristana will definitely have a much more impactful recall whenever she decides to take that, as she is currently sitting on 1265, so she'll be able to for sure pick up that BF sword.
Yeah, probably pushing another wave, try to get BF sword and killable pot. If we look at CS everywhere, Nomad is 16 up. There's a big wave coming in. Cloisto had to back. Lorian almost cut out. Walks away with her life. So if we look at CS, a big wave coming in for Cloisto, and he had to back, so he's a little bit behind, understandably. And then mid lane is pretty even, just like one wave behind, maybe because of that roam. And top side, because of the early back forced out to Jer the Bear, and just range versus melee matchup, 17 CS up, maybe that will extend itself, keep it going later into the game, and comp it up in a more significant gold lead. Rek'Sai looking for a
Oh,
lane
Rek'Sai
game
here
down
in the
bot.
bot lane. And it looks like they're going to be catching Jinx out, and the kill does go over to Gnomelad as Karma is able to get out in time. So that was a very successful lane gank from the Rek'Sai, getting
Good on
bot
them
lane
to
on the board.
sneak behind while bot lane has 0 summoner spells. Taking my resident sleeper bot lane, spitting in its face. Look like they're turning towards the Drake.
Yeah, it looks like blue side here is going to be having that semi-uncontested Drake, as if Warwick does decide to go in there, it most likely will be a one-way trip. So
I don't think he's gonna go for it. No vision on it, aside from that little scan, but it's already gone.
and now Lux is down there because of the mid lane pile, so very much uncontested Cloud Drake going over to blue side.
Very small lead. They have 2 kills, but it's only about 500 gold ahead for them. But an early Drake is a good sign. The next Drake is also a non-priority Drake in terms of how much people are willing to die for it. Just an Ocean Drake coming up in a couple minutes. We'll see how the bot and mid lane want to position around it, try to get vision early.
Yeah. So top lane, obviously we haven't been paying that much attention to it, but it looks like Nico is able to get quite a lead up on there against the Renekton, as it looks like she's about a 20 CS difference.
20 CS difference, already got a plate. She's 600 gold up over the Renekton. Did very well for herself. Even mid lane, 10 CS lead. Bot lane is where the CS is dropping a little bit. And jungle actually too. Jungle farm gets a little wonky with money and everything.
Yeah.
But
even though there is a CS difference in the jungle, keep in mind that Rek'Sai has had more successful ganks than, and we have a pause.
looks like Gnomelad is dealing with his dog right now, so see how long it takes for him to resolve.
Shout out to our pets if you're watching.
Yeah.
Lots of swearing is happening. Wow.
Dog probably going for some chords right there. So while
Yeah.
we're here, let's look at vision. 4 control wards in the map for the side of Nocturnal Dragons, 2 bot lane, 2 top side river, 1 in the dragon pit, 1 in the forward bush. There actually might be a 5th one in the tri bush, but I can't see it right now since we're paused. Yeah, it looks like they're going to unpause real quick.
Yeah, looks like. Thankfully, we're getting right back into the action. You know,
lots of river vision coming through for Nocturnal Dragons. Jaina is very far off. I'm gonna say close, but not very close. Not even halfway. Frostfang.
Oh.
Oh, fighting already in the bot lane.
yeah. Oh, and
And
Nico
top
being
lane.
top lane. Top lane Galliwald also being called in there, as it looks like they might be able to drop the kill onto the Renekton, as Galio does get it. The Rek'Sai out was also popped. It was popped.
Yes, it was popped, but he died to the red buff burn. Bot lane, Gnomelad went in, almost got the kill on Callisto, but the heal saved him. And then top side, it was a stacked Nico ult and Galio ult to lay down a bunch of damage.
Looks like here in the mid lane, Galio going in. Lux Flash able to get out of there, and the barrier popped quite late for Wolfie.
Maybe expecting a little bit more damage to be coming through, but Galio used all of his abilities.
Maybe she was expecting the Galio to Dirt Diver, as he goes in again, as the Aftershock is also blocked. He's taking very much less damage, but the Tower Dive is taking him quite low, as he does pick up the kill on the Lux.
Nice snipe by the Q. Yeah, if you walked away for a little bit longer, the Lux could have looked to hit him with the ultimate, grab those double buffs, but well done by Flying Squirtle. I was a little worried he was gonna walk a bit too far up, but
yeah, that was a very
overall ahead. They just picked up 3 kills on the side of Reapers, so they've come up ahead in the gold lead, since both their mid and top are ahead in CS, way ahead in CS top side. So their gold advantage is coming ahead. Proto Belt already built on Galio. So it's going to be a strong champion looking to roam with his ultimate. So
That Galio is quite a rich character. And as we look across the board, I believe all champions now have their ultimates. As we just saw Galio and Nico use theirs. So
Galio's is still down for like another 60. But actually a couple ultimates are still done. Renekton, Tristana just came up. Janna's still got a little bit, but they're all very close. The next Drake fight should be very explosive. Gnomelad jumping on a Cloisto.
Cloisto did flash, so did Gnomelad. Gnomelad goes back in to W reset as he goes back out now, looking to maybe get the Karma, but is not able to provide that much damage. But here comes Warwick down, and Galio as well, as they try to maybe pick up the Constellation Prize, but it looks like they're just going to back off after that.
They see Lux, know that it's a 3v4, and they're missing a good source of sustained damage. Lord Draken's very low, so good on them to not try to force it. I think it's some good trades up on the top side, but it's not. Ooh.
Oh, Warwick here might be getting caught out as he does have to flash over the wall. Rek'Sai follows him with the knockup, and Luxalt does land, as well as kill going over to Janna as the extended fight here now, as Jinx is not into the fight, but Karma is being taken quite low as well. Warwick, mighty unfortunate there to be caught out in his own jungle, where now looks like with the vision down there, that bot side jungle for Warwick is not his.
Yep, good invade. Didn't take any camps on the way out, but vision control is looking good. They got 2 wards in.
And
side.
At 12-11, Nico is able to take down the first turret, which I believe was by herself. I don't think she got any help up there.
No turret help. Just, you know, one fight, one gank up top side helped quite a bit. 5,000 gold already, so gonna be going back, looking to get a Ludens most likely.
Looks like Rek'Sai going in the mid lane here, getting the knockup with Galio. Lux is trying to
tickling him, dude.
Damage.
They don't deal
Galio collapsed by the Nico. All it does land, get the Rek'Sai. The kill goes over to Galio. Both kills go over to Galio here, as the unsuccessful gank the mid lane turns disastrous for.
Now Galio's the most rich person in the game at 5,500, while Nico's just trailing behind by about 150. They tickled him, man. They didn't deal any damage. Flying Squirtle.
Yeah. That Predator choice on the by Quetzalcoatl, excuse me, is definitely not paying dividends yet, as the Hell of Blades, I can only imagine, would have been the better choice there in that specific fight.
And that's another Drake, or not another Drake, but a Drake secured for Reaper's side, since they just pushed ahead in the mid lane. They're up 3k gold now. They have a turret. Nico gets to stay mid. Since the wave is so pushed up on top side, she gets to stay mid. There's only 2 plates left on the mid lane turret, so it looks like they might try to pressure that, sending 3 in.
The Luxalt was popped in order to try to clear some of the minions in that wave, but it looks like here, being under the turret, Rek'Sai tried to go in, but was not able to get the knockup.
Yep, staying up very close. Lots of money on Kaiju Panda and Flying Squirtle. 25 on Kaiju, 18 on Flying Squirtle. So they should go back and spend their gold right now before they try to fight again.
Very much so. And while all this is still going on, the plating now has fallen. So unfortunately, mid lane, they were not able to get any more plates. But
yeah, missing out on 1 plate mid lane. I don't think bot lane turret. Yeah, not even a full plate on bot lane turret. Hasn't taken much of any damage. Now we have like a 20-second lull. Let's praise Gnomelad for the weight that he's pulling bot lane. 30 CS up, gone for a couple solo kills, gotten them. Richest member on Nocturnal Dragon side, 1,000 gold behind the Scalio, but doing a lot of work. So gonna engage from the bot side.
Yeah, here in the bot lane, Janna just gets deleted with the Nico Q and Root, I believe.
That was a third auto, E and Q all at the same time, just popped. Gone. That might be bot turret.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be trying to secure that bot turret as Karma is going up to try to get a little bit of vision. But Lux is roaming down, and it looks like they do spot that out as they see a couple pings going down there. Karma is getting caught out here with the Lux Q, but that's looking like all that's going to happen for right now. Rek'Sai is around.
He almost turned that around. Forced the Warwick ult. Magnus almost got greedy with it, but 3v1 bot lane, or 3v2 bot lane, trying to push that turret. Mirandalorian and Gnomelad are on their way back to their lane to defend. Looks like the bot lane of Reapers is going towards the mid lane, try to push it out, leaving Kaiju Panda in the side lane.
Yeah, Reapers is definitely doing a good rotation here, getting their bot lane to mid lane, push down that turret, as well as getting that Rift Herald on the top side. So not only will they get mid lane here, they might also get tier 2 mid lane if they decide to use the Herald in that direction.
See if Nocturnal Dragons can punish this play at all. They pick up the Reapers pick up the Herald, and now they've got 4 mid, 5 mid almost. Kaiju's looking up towards the mid river.
It looks like here they might have gotten Cloisto caught out as the Galio ult was popped as well, taking down the Galio with the chunk, but also the Nico ult being popped on the Renekton, and gets deleted. And now they're looking their sights onto the Rek'Sai as he is burrowed, but it doesn't look like he's going to be escaping for long as the Q does land, as well as the kill going over to Galio.
Looked very good. Taking out the ADC usually is a very strong point to start off a fight, but Cloisto is not the damage dealer on the side of Reapers. It is Kaiju Panda and Flying Squirtle, so they were left alone in that fight. Lots of damage coming out from those two. And it pushed Yes, go ahead.
I was going to say, there goes the mid lane turret, as looks like they're trying to push down to the tier 2 as well, as the Rift Herald charge takes it below or near half health, as the Jinx ult comes in as well after the tier 2 turret has been taken.
Very good Rift Herald, took 2 turrets. Opens up the map a lot. The mid lane turrets are one of the more important ones because it lets you do what they're doing right now. Take creeps on the way out, put down vision. It's getting cleared out by Nocturnal Dragons right now, but it's a very important thing to keep track of keeping the pressure rolling by putting the vision, taking the creeps. Like small things like that add up if you keep repeating them. 18 minutes right now. They could go push for bot lane, try to get some money in Cloisto, get the bot lane turret. So then they'll have all 3 outer turrets and can start looking at the Baron. No Earth Drakes to help them do it faster, but they have good DPS, good damage, and if they set up a good vision line, might be able to force a fight or sneak a Baron.
I fully agree with that.
Warwick needs to buy. He's got 3,000 gold in his pocket. You're going to be fighting over this not Air Drake, Cloud Drake before anything. Ooh, we're draking at half HP. Cloisto.
And Cloisto getting very low, and Karma is almost deleted, but the Flying Squirrel takes down Karma as they look onto the Warwick. Warwick is taken down by the Tristana as the Rek'Sai is trying to go back in, flashes on the Jinx, gets the knockup. Looks like the ult is popped and trying to get the kill, but is unable to. Does get the kill with the snipe there, as the fight is sort of coming to an end with the Nico ult flash getting popped, but it's not picking anything. Flying Squirrel is able to get the Tristana as Lux is trying to run away from this fight as well. Holy cow.
Imagine if Warwick bought before that fight. He would not have died that quickly.
Yeah, that Warwick got deleted very quickly, as up in the top side, Jared the Bear is just trying to get a consolation prize for his team with the top turret being taken down.
And on the other end, Wolfie almost half health Lord Draken with just 1 E. It's a lot of damage. Luckily for Reaper fans, or Reaper the team, their top and mid lane are just so far ahead, they can do whatever they want right now, and it'll just get cleaned up by them. They can't keep doing it forever. You know, Nomad is on an item and a half at this point. It's like Magnus is chasing down Jer the Bear.
Oh, yeah, Jay the Bear is looking like he's going to be on a 2v1 the flash, but the Q animation on Warwick does bring him with the flash. It looks like the ult is popped as well, as the rest of the team comes in to try to secure the kill onto the Rek'Sai, or onto the Renekton, but it looks like Rek'Sai will pick up the kill onto Warwick.
Galio ult used, but Galio Q missed. If that hit, probably was a kill on Jer the Bear. Doesn't have any MR at this point. So, a little bit too far by Magnus. He's not strong himself. He went for a very tanky build on a warrior, which is standard on Warwick, but he's not a solo carry in this game. Cloisto getting some free farm down bot lane, trying to catch up the farm lead, getting a 300 gold turret by himself, but he might be caught out by
He might
Mirandalorian
be.
and
Yeah,
Nomlad.
Nomad with the hop over does get the bomb on top of his head and gets deleted after 3 autos from the Tristana. And that puts the Tristana this game at 5, 1, and 3, and is definitely pulling a lot of the weight for the Nocturnal Dragons. And looks like
Turret
because
for
of that
them.
kill, yeah, they get
2
that
turrets.
turret down the bot lane.
Catching up, trying their best. They're only 3k gold behind, but it's all on Nomlad. All of their money is on Nomlad. He is their champion right now.
Yeah, that
So Nasher up for a minute. So got control words. 3 control words on the side of Nocturnal Dragons, 2 on Janna, and only 1 in inventory for Reapers, but they have a couple placed out already. Lots of vision towards the Baron side. Look at what they can see. Very dark for blue. They can't see inside the pit. They've got 2 towards the mid lane. Very dark map for them. So that is the next objective. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to fight over this Baron. It forces a fight, or they get a Baron and get the siege.
Very much so. And you would think with how far ahead the Reapers are, that the Baron fight, if they were to take one, would go in their direction. But then again, that is a very close quarter space, and champions like Lux and Tristana work very well in close quarters with their ult and AoE damages.
And you don't want to put up to a 50-50. If Nocturnal Dragons can steal that Baron and walk away with their lives, they might pull ahead in this game, grab a couple turrets, get some gold, and pull back to this game going equal or ahead of Reapers. So it's a risk, no matter how far ahead you are. It's always a risk.
And looks like as red side transitions by pushing mid lane, trying to establish a little bit more vision up the top side for that.
Good strategy: push in mid and then walk towards the Baron, force him to see you. Mirandalorian
Like Janna might have gotten caught out here as she is taken down by the Warwick.
Yep. So now they should bring in Cloisto, clear vision, and just force the Drake. They're going to fight a 4v5. They see Renekton bot lane, so he's going to take a second on their TP. They should...
Looks like they're going to try to start it up right away.
Yep.
As Galio is going to be playing zoning defense here, it looks like, trying to persuade others.
Baron has a little hat. That's adorable.
Oh, that is adorable! Good job, Riot. 10 out of 10.
Very cool. Alright, so they see the Baron. They know they're on it.
And Galio going into the Rek'Sai, but the damage coming out of that Galio is a dandy.
Yep,
And
no TP from Jay the Bear, knowing that the Baron's gone. They're not going to contest it. Flying Squirtle doing a good job at zoning away Quetzalcoatl, but it looks like they'll sneak out our turret. Nomlad on the Tristana dealing a lot of damage to turrets right now, just to get a little constellation prize on their way out, taking some camps while the side of Reapers has to reset.
And looks like here that Galio's going to try to go in against 1v2/3, but...
I mean, there's 5 back there, but he didn't see that.
Yeah. It looks like Jay the Bear is still trying to bait, or maybe...
The AFK bait? Oh, he actually did AFK, huh?
That's unfortunate. As we, here at the roughly 24-minute mark, have another pause.
Yeah, we get to talk strategy. Okay,
Yeah.
let's look at items. 3-item Galio, 1-item Jinx, 2-item Warwick, 2-item... Effectively 2-item Nico. He's got a... Yeah, Renekton can go back and finish his cleaver, so he'll be on 1-item, 1.5. 2-item Rek'Sai, 1.5 Lux, 2-item Tristana. Tristana's 50% crit, lots of their damage. Got 1,500 gold in the bank too, so he can go back, get another BS sword if that's what he's into, or a Zeal item. But it's so much of the weight of Nocturnal Dragons is on Nomlad's shoulders right now.
Very much so, and looks like here we're going to be getting back into it. With the purchase of Phantom Dancer, it looks like it's quite smart of Nomad to purchase that, as the burst from Nico with the Magic Defend as well as the Galio will definitely... Oh, looks like Karma is going to be getting caught out here as Nomad just chunks the
Oh my
Karma
God.
and goes in to finish the kill. But it looks like she might be on a one-way trip to the gray screen as Galio and Warwick pick up the kill on
No
that
fear.
Tristana.
He has no fear.
None at all. Oh, Nico out, Flash being popped. Barrier also being used on Wolfie as Nico
Flash
picks up the
W
kill.
from Jared the Bear.
Ooh, nice flash E from Jared the Bear with the stun to pick up the kill onto Nico to get that 150 gold shutdown onto him. And with that fighting up on the top side, looks like the red side is going to be picking up the Mountain Drake.
Oh. Shirelle's Reverie. Purchased by
Wow.
Kaiju Panda. Kind of like an AP, off AP, engage tool. Very interesting choice by him.
It's like a pseudo Sivir alt. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And I love
It was like the old coin active. I think it's a good choice, honestly.
Shutdown onto
Haven't
him.
seen it yet, but
And it looks like
top
Rek'Sai
side.
going in on the Jinx here as the ult has been popped onto the Jinx heal being used as well. Lux ult being used as Cloisto is taken very low, but Rek'Sai does get taken down for his effort. And looks like Galio is picking up the kill. Wolfie might have gotten caught out here as the Shirley is being popped to try to catch up to them, but that is all she wrote for that little engagement. As Galio reset coming in to try to defend the top side against Jared the Bear.
Definitely the champion to go deal with the Renekton. So much HP, undiveable. Then gets to keep the mage, the better mage, Kaiju Panda on the Nico. Pushing down that top, or that bottom inhibitor turret. So, good engage, honestly, by Quetzalcoatl. It's just, there's a lot of tools to keep Cloisto alive. Lots of peel, the shield from Karma.
Ooh, Nico does land the root, and one Q from Nico is taking that Tristana down to half health.
Using the ult in the back to just get the shield, smart. The Tristana bomb was on him, Tekken would have killed him if he didn't use the ult shield.
Well, looks like there is a TP coming in from Jared the Bear as they're trying to get onto the back line as Cloisto is going to be, not Cloisto, sorry, Kaiju Panda is going to be taken down by Jared the Bear. Galliwelt being used, trying to initiate on the front line of Nocturnal Dragons, but it looks like Renekton
One for one
is going to be
trade.
taken down.
1-for-1 trade, but that probably means turret and an inhibitor.
much
Jared the
so.
Bear had a good TP flank, but dove very far for Kaiju Panda and was left alone afterwards.
Kaiju Panda is gonna be
Just
taken
because of the
down by
damage
Jared
Flying
the
Squirtle.
Bear.
The damage and zoning Flying Squirtle has been able to put out.
Nomad going in, taking down Jinx, and it looks like she's going to try to get the W reset on Karma, but gets stunned up by the Jinx trap as now it looks like Warwick is going to be also taken down, trying to greed for that inhibitor.
40
And that inhibitor-
HP.
Wow, that's a tilter right there.
That's a rough one, especially Baron coming up in 2 minutes. That would have been a good tool to help pressure.
Looks like Karma might get caught out here as Nomad goes in.
Nomad's going crazy.
Nomad picks up the kill. 8 and 2 and 4 on the Tristana as the damage is definitely amplified on Tristana. And with
Second most gold in the game. Only 600. Yeah, just about 600 behind Flying Squirtle. So, doing
here it
very
looks like-
well for himself.
Very, very well. Definitely having the team on his back this game as most of the damage for Nocturnal Dragons is
That's
on
the-
that Tristana.
That's that Nocturnal Dragon experience, you know? Put everything on Nomad. Got 2k gold to go spend because they finish his Zeal item. Maybe buy a Vamp Scepter. Maybe he wants to go MR. But we'll see what he chooses. He's got 1300 gold to spend. Oh, is he going to wait for the BF sword?
More damage for the Baron fight. I like it.
Got Baron up in a minute. Neither team actually has very good vision control, so they should go now to contest it. Okay, he went for the safe move. He went and bought the Maw. Oh
The
no,
Hex Drinker.
Hex Drinker, that's what. Yeah, thank you.
Ooh, the snipe trying to get the Scuttle Crab, but the Rek'Sai will not connect. So that is a big vision tool for the side of
Reapers.
Reapers. I can't remember their new name, so I'm trying not to call them G3, but
Reapers is what carried over, so that's what I'm going with. It's easy.
yeah.
Oh. Still low vision by both sides around this Baron. I'm not liking it. They need take someone with Karma and go clear that vision out. You don't want her getting caught out, but you need to clear it.
And the ult by Lux is taking down that Kaiju Panda to about half health. That she might
Landing a
have
nice landing. So Warwick taking Gromp on the bottom side while Baron is up, and there's 4 members pressuring it. I don't like it. He's got to go with his team right now. Yeah. If he goes through mid, he might get caught out.
I don't know if Blue Side knows this or not, but they're pushing up mid like they do. So we'll see. And there's a couple pings going down towards that Warwick area, so they might know something.
Agnes trying to flank? No. Everyone is just going to walk away. They could go the safe route. They have vision on Baron. They'll know if they need to turn. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to go take the safe route, grab the third Ocean Drake, which will help them do the Baron, since it'll heal them during and if it gets reset.
And the Ocean Drake is definitely going to go down through that side, as now that is 3 Ocean Drakes, but they are going to be healing and getting that mana regen quite a lot, as it looks like here that the Nocturnal Dragons is trying to clear out some vision.
Moving in and clearing out vision. Not all of it, though. They know that they're not on it, because they saw them all walk away. And it looks like it's a 5-man push down mid lane, while Nocturnal Dragons is stuck trying to run to their turret as quickly as possible through their... Ooh. Rek'Sai might be on a flank here.
Yeah, they're going to look for something here, as Lux is on a semi-flank as well. Rek'Sai coming in from behind, trying to get something, but gets sunned up, and the ult is landed onto the Karma. I don't know if that's the target you want, but Rek'Sai is taken down. It looks like the fight is continuing. Nico taking a lot of damage, or dealing a lot of damage, excuse me. The ult has also been popped, taking down Renekton, as Gnomelad is trying to run for the hills, but on a 2v4, this is not looking very good.
That's that Rek'Sai late game struggle. Let's see if Gnomelad can pull it out here. He's got a low target to bounce on.
And she's trying. Yep, gets the kill onto Jinx.
As 10 seconds on Rek'Sai, 13 on Janna. It's not over.
1v3 as Galio goes in with the taunt, but the input buffer of the jump gets him out of the taunt. And now it looks like that red side is going to try to get out of there, but she is taken down by the Galio.
Well, bought up enough time that they only lost 1 Nexus turret, but they're down 2 inhibs, 1 Nexus turret, and the Baron is still alive. So when Cloisto respawns, they can just turn to the Baron. Reset now, then turn to the Baron. If Nocturnal comes into fight, they just turn and kill them, or they might have already burned it by then. But
yeah, it looks like
closing for Nocturnal Dragons.
It looks like the Nico and the Galio both have about 3,000 on them. Resets are definitely needed to get those last-minute items for this, what appears to be the final fight of the match.
4 items on both of them, 4.5 for Galio. We talk about how Gnomelad is just the strongest member of Nocturnal Dragons, but Cloisto is also on the 3-item Jinx. She can put out a bunch of damage in these team fights, especially Runins and her rockets can do a lot of AoE. So she doesn't even need to be actively hitting Gnomelad or Wolfie to deal damage to them. So I think they have vision control. Yep, gonna start up the Baron.
And there's a ward that they spot out that they are doing it.
They have Earth Drake, they have Jinx, they have a lot of damage to burn this down before they even show up.
Looks like Galio's going to try to get Nomad, but it's not able to connect on Tron, as that Baron is gone very quickly with all that damage.
Immediate TP to bot side by Kaiju Panda to try to take that wave in while Nocturnal Dragons is messing around in their jungle. You see Rek'Sai recalling all the way from top side.
Wow. And here comes what appears to be the final push, as Nico is trying to get those supers empowered with Baron, and trying to take down that final Nexus turret. Ult has been popped on Renton.
Kaiju Panda dead?
Kaiju Panda is dead, as well as the Renekton and Janna, as the fight is going to the side of Reapers.